Hi Grade 5 learners! Welcome to Mathematics 5, Quarter 3, Week 2, Day 5. I am Mrs. Marichelle N. Humangit, your teacher for this lesson. As your teacher, I encourage and advise you to stay focused and keep attentive to understand the lesson well. Your lesson for this week, Lesson 5, Solving Non-Routine Problems Involving Percentage Using Appropriate Strategies and Tools. Let's start with asking ourselves, what are non-routine problems? Non-routine problems are complex problems. It requires more than one mathematical operations. It involves critical and creative thinking skills to solve them, and various strategies and methods are needed to come up with the answer. Again, we're going to use the 4-step method to solve non-routine problems according to George Polya. The first step, understand. To understand, you have to know what is asked and identify the given facts. Next step is plan. In planning, you have to look for a word clue and choose the operation and strategy to be used. The third step is solve. This step allows you to perform what you have understood and planned, and perform the strategy. There are suggested strategies that you can use. We have A, draw a model or diagram. B, work backward. C, act it out. D, find the pattern. And E, break the problem into smaller problems. Last step is check. To check means to verify or prove if your answer is correct. Let's try answering problem number 1 by using the 4-step method. Let's read the problem first. I am going to read it aloud while you read it using your eyes only. Math5 spent 20% of her allowance for lunch. 40% of what remained was spent for ball pens. The rest will be saved into her piggy bank. If 72 pesos were remained unsaved, how much is her allowance? Let us answer problem number 1 by applying the 4-step method. First, understand. We have to know what is asked in the problem and know the given facts. So the amount of Math5's allowance is the unknown and what is asked. And the given facts are 20% spent for lunch, 40% of what remains spent for ball pens, and 72 pesos is the amount remained unsaved from her allowance. Next step is plan. The formula is percentage divided by rate equals base, and the operation is division. I came up with the formula following the Tihan's triangle. In the triangle, we have P over B times R. P means percentage, B is base, and R is rate. In the problem, we are looking for base, so the formula is B equals P over R. The third step is solve, and I'm going to show you 2 ways in solving the problem. First is draw a model. Let's represent Math5's allowance with a region. This region is 100%. From 100%, 20% was spent for lunch. So 100% minus 20% equals 80%. Let's change 20% into a fraction, and that is 1/5. So as with 80%, when changed to fraction is 4/5. Let's take what was remain and draw it again below. So this is 40%, which was spent for ball pens. And with it is 72 pesos, the amount what was left from her. Let's change also 40% into a fraction, and that is 2/5. If 40% is 2/5, 72 pesos therefore is 3/5 to make it the whole of what was remained. Since 72 is 3 of 5 parts, I will divide it by 3 to get 1 part. So 72 divided by 3 is 24. Each 1/5 is equal to 24. And 40%, which was spent for ball pens, is equal to 48. Let's add 48 and 72 to get the whole part. So 48 plus 72 equals 120. And 120 is equal to 80%. Again, 80% equals 120 equals 4/5. To get the value of each part, we will divide 120 by 4. So 120 divided by 4 equals 30. Let's divide also the region by 4. Each part will represent 30 pesos. And 20%, which is 1/5, is also equal to 30. Multiply 30 by 5 to get the whole. So 30 times 5 equals 150. So 100% equals 150 pesos, and this is the amount of Math5's allowance. Another solution is the combination of 3 strategies. They are drawing models, working backwards, and using a formula. Let's begin by drawing the models. This model represents Math5's allowance. It is also the amount that she had at first, so it is 100%. I am going to divide the model into 2. One part is for 20%, the rate that she spent for lunch. The other part is 100% minus 20% equals 80%. It is what was left after spending for lunch. Let us reconsider 80% as 100%. Again, let's divide this into 2. One region represents 40%. It represents the rate spent for ball pens. The other part is 100% minus 40% equals 60%. This represents of what was left after spending for ball pens, which is also equal to 72 pesos, the amount left with her. Now, we have all regions represented. Let us analyze now of how are we going to solve for the allowance. We have 72 as the percentage and 60% as the rate. Therefore, we are going to solve for the base. We will use the formula base equals percentage divided by rate following Tihan's triangle. So changing the formula, we have 72 as the percentage and 60 hundredths as the rate. Take note that 60% equals 60 hundredths when changed to decimal number. Dividing 72 by 1600 equals 120. Therefore, 80% equals 120 equals the base 2. We have now the facts that we need to solve for the base 1. 80% as the rate and 120 as the percentage to get base 1. Again, we will use the formula base equals percentage divided by the rate. Changing the formula, we have 120 as the percentage and 80 hundredths as the rate. 80% is also equal to 80 hundredths when changed to decimal number. So 120 divided by 80 hundredths equals 150. And 150 is 100%, the allowance and the amount that Math5 had at first. The fourth step is check. To check, we will solve for the amount left after spending for lunch. We are going to verify our answer by solving for the percentage. So we are going to do multiplication, the reverse or opposite of how we solve it. Let's start from top to bottom. Let's solve first what is 80% of 150. Let's use the formula P equals B times R. Changing them to mathematical symbol, we have 150 as the base and 80% as the rate. 80% when changed to decimal number equals 80 hundredths. Multiplying the two numbers, we have 120. So what we have during checking and solving is equal. Next, we will solve for what is 60% of 120. And let's use again the formula P equals B times R. Changing them to mathematical symbol, we have 120 as the base and 60 hundredths as the rate. 60 hundredths is equal to 60% when changed to decimal number. Multiplying the two numbers, we have 72. So what we got during solving and checking is equal. This only proves that our answer is correct. Let's have problem number 2 and apply the four-step method. Let's read the problem first. And as what we have done on the first problem, I am going to read it aloud while you read it using your eyes only. In a group of 200 teachers, 72 are right-handed. Among the left-handed, 25% are musically inclined. How many teachers are not musically inclined? So we are on problem number 2. And again, we are going to apply the four-step method. I am going to read the problem first. You can read the problem also with your eyes only. In a group of 200 teachers, 72% are right-handed. Among the left-handed, 25% are musically inclined. How many teachers are not musically inclined? Now let us answer problem number 2 by applying the four-step method. First is understand. To understand, we have to know what is asked or what is unknown. In this problem, the number of teachers that are not musically inclined is the unknown or what is asked. Next is to know the given facts. The given facts in this problem are 200 teachers in a group. 72% is the rate of right-handed teachers. 25% is the rate of teachers that are musically inclined. Next step is plan. So the formula is percentage equals base times rate. And we are going to multiply. The next step is solve. And there are three strategies to solve the problem. These are drawing a model or region, using a formula, and breaking down the problem into smaller one. First, I am going to draw the model that represents 200 teachers, which is also 100%. To get the rate of left-handed teachers, I am going to subtract the given rate of right-handed teachers, which is 72% from 100%. So, 100% minus 72% equals 28%. We have now 28% as the rate of left-handed teachers. Again, 72% are the right-handed teachers and 28% are the left-handed teachers. From this rate, I am going to get the rate of teachers not musically inclined. I will reconsider 28% as 100% and redraw it as the region of 100%. Again, subtract the given rate of teachers that are musically inclined, which is 25%, from 100%. So, 100% minus 25% equals 75%. So 25% again are musically inclined and 75% are not musically inclined. We have now all the facts that we are needed. We are going to get the number of teachers that are not musically inclined from the number of teachers that are left-handed, from the number of teachers in a group. So we are going to solve first for the percentage of the left-handed teachers by using the formula P equals B times R. Changing them to mathematical symbol, we have 200 as the base and 28 hundredths as the rate when changed to decimal number. Multiplying the numbers, we have 56 as the product. Again, reconsider 56 as the base. And from this, I am going to get the number of teachers not musically inclined. So, I am going to solve for the percentage. Using again the formula P equals B times R. Changing them to mathematical symbol, we have 56 as the base and 75 hundredths as the rate when changed to decimal number. Multiplying the two numbers, we have 42 as the percentage. And it is also the teachers not inclined to music. The last step is check. I'll check by solving for the base or the rate. This time, I am going to solve for the two bases and check if my answer is correct. You can also check by solving for the rate. I am going to solve for base 2 first by using the formula B equals P divided by R. So P is the percentage and R is the rate. When changing them to mathematical symbol, 42 is the percentage or P and 75 hundredths is the rate when changed to decimal number. Dividing the two numbers, I get 56 as the quotient. So B equals 56, which is also equal to base 2. Now I can move solving for base 1 by using the formula B equals P divided by R. Changing them to mathematical symbol, 56 is the percentage, and 2800 is the rate when changed to decimal number. Dividing the two numbers, I get 200 as my base. Bear in mind to always check your answer. It will make you confident that you answered the problems correctly. I am now done showing how to solve non-routine problems. Time to sum up with our lesson. Non-routine problems are complex problems. The steps in solving non-routine problems involving percentage using appropriate strategies and tools are A. Understand. Know what is asked and identify what are given. Letter B. Plan. Look for a word clue and choose the operation or the formula and strategy to be used. Letter C. Solve. Perform the plan that you made by using the necessary strategies. Last is check, which is looking back and review. Congratulations! You are now ready to answer the practice exercises on your module. But if you still have worries in this lesson, you may play back this video or read the discussion on your module with this lesson. You may also visit the references found at the end of each lesson in your module.